All right, so we're here for the first deck of the day with Rhinos. Yeah, we hit Rhinos right off the bat. No, we're not playing Modern. So this is Rhinos in Legacy. Pretty much functions the same way as Modern Rhinos. However, the big differences are that the Spirit Guides are legal in Legacy, and you can therefore get turn 2 Cascades. Also, because of the texture of Legacy and how many more spells and whatnot there are, we can play Force of Will, of course, instead of Subtlety. We've got no main deck Furies because it's not as a creature-centric of a format as Modern. So our primary game plan is, of course, the Rhino game plan with Fire and Ice as a way to slow the opponent down or maybe shoot some stuff. We do have Brazen Borrower still, and then that leaves 3 Minsk and Boo, Timeless Heroes, as the primary, or rather as the secondary win con if the Rhinos aren't enough to get there, or just if we get up to 4 mana. Also, I guess we can also Cascade on turn 1 with multiple Spirit Guides as well. But, so yeah, turn 1 or 2, multiple Spirit Guides into Cascade spell into Rhinos. Sideboard also pretty similar to Modern. We've got Mystical Dispute, Fury, Endurance, and Force of Vigor, but the big difference is going to be Inevitable Betrayal, which is Bribery, because Legacy has a number of big creature combo decks such as Reanimator or Show and Tell, so this can be an effective means of beating those decks when maybe Rhinos wouldn't be. For example, if you're playing against, Reanimator and you Cascade into Rhinos and then they just get Atraxa on the field, well, you're not doing so great. But if you steal their Atraxa, you steal their Gristlebrand, their Emrakul, you're probably doing a lot better. So, other than that, I think that's pretty much the way it is. So let's go ahead and jump into the first league of the day with Rhinos. Worlds is standard/Wilds of Eldraine draft with a bit bigger focus on draft than recent events. While that does interest me more than Modern or Pioneer, it doesn't really interest me that much. All right, so we have no Cascades in the opening hand or like anything, so I'm pretty sure this is a mull. All right, we do have a Cascader. No, we have Crashing Footballs, but we don't have a Cascader. We have Force of Will and no blue spell to pitch to it. This hand's also pretty bad. We've got 3 lands into Minsk and Boo, which is way too slow against many decks. Yikes. Well, all right, let's go to 5. Okay, so we technically have a land, and we have a Spirit Guide. If I keep this hand, I'm binning Brazen Borrower and Minsk and Boo probably, and keeping Force. I guess it's better than going to 4. All right, so keep this, bin Brazen, bin Minsk and Boo. All right, Island, nothing. All right, let's get this out. Play the land, no payment, pass back to them. This is the main issue with Rhinos. It mulligans very poorly due to not being able to run blue cantrips. Also, it sideboards poorly due to not being able to play some of the best sideboard cards. Opponent Swamp Cycles Troll. All right, so we're probably against Death Shadow or, some kind of blue-black tempo deck. Underground Sea. The fact that we're against a deck that plays counter spells is also not great. All right, well, we drew our land. We do have Violent Outburst. I think I'm probably supposed to do it during their upkeep. So let's stop on their upkeep. And then we have Force/Force. We have both forces up. Or we have one of them that we can use. So it's going to be Force of Will probably. Opponent casts Bowmasters. Do I do it now? I don't think so. I think I just still wait until their turn. So if they're playing Force, I can get around it. All right, so Violent, blue, red, cast Rhinos. All right, well, it just immediately resolved. So Brainstorm, sure. So the plan is ride the Rhinos to victory. All right, we're getting Wastelanded, sure. Upkeep, they're going to Fatal Push one of them. Yeah, all right, we probably have to try to save this. So let's hit this and... which one do I pitch? I think honestly Force Negation. Snuff Out on the Rhino. All right. It's almost certainly Death Shadow. I guess I can fire both of these, although I don't know how that's helpful. Also, attacking into Death Shadow is not even good either. This is so tough. All right, let's just attack. I'm not going to win the game by not attacking, so let's just go for it. But I'm not going to fire the Bowmasters or the army. I probably need to hold it in case I draw a blue source so I can ice something like a Murktide or Death Shadow. Another Underground Sea. Opponent reanimates on the Troll, which I have no way of stopping, so yep. Take 2 from the Orcs. Another Spirit Guide. All right, pass back to them. Opponent cycles another Troll, sure. Plays basic Swamp. No attacks from them. No Death Shadow, all right. Stop on our upkeep is a removal spell. No? All right. I can actually cast Violent Outburst again. So if this gets if the Rhino gets countered, if the Crashing Footfalls gets countered, we probably just lose the game on the spot. So it's probably correct to attack, have them block with the Troll, and then cast Outburst. And then if they counter the Rhino tokens, then we just lose anyway. All right, go to combat. Swing. They obviously have to block. No? Another Bowmasters. Sure. Targeting the Rhino. And this grows to 2. Still blocking with Troll. All right, well, Outburst. Spirit Guide, Spirit Guide. Cast Footfalls. All right, I don't have any other actions I can take, so let's just F6 through the rest of this. All right, so Troll dies. And now our 2 Rhinos versus their 2 Bowmasters and a 2/2 Orc token. And they have 2 cards. Polluted Delta. All right. Drew Brazen Borrower. Go to combat. Swing with the Rhinos. Just everything on a Rhino. All right. Rhino trades. They go to 2. Passes the turn back to us. Force negation. All right. Combat. Swing with the Rhino. Drown in the lock. And this is only during their turn, right? Yeah. All right. Rhino dies. Back to them. Our Solitary Forest over here is looking pretty sad. All right, no actions from them. Back to us. Well, I guess we're shocking this in, or bolting this in, rather. This fire can kill them. I do need to draw cards, though. It's correct to do this just in case I have to borrow or something. I think it's correct to hold this, though, until we try to find a red source. All right, 3 cards, no actions from them. Back to us. Shardless Agent, can't cast it. All right, pass it back to them. Flashes and Bowmasters, sure. Then we go to 12, back to them. Fetches with Polluted Delta. Mystic Sanctuary triggers. They're doing this on their main phase, though, and they're getting back Fatal Push, sure. All right, I guess I may as well borrow this token. No attacks from them. All right, Petty Theft the token. All right, we drew a mana source, so it's probably better to Shardless, and then if that gets dealt with, then we just fire them. Fetch. Yeah, so Volcanic Island. Shardless trigger. Cast Footfalls. Opponent forces the Footfalls, sure. So now we have Shardless and Brazen Borrower and Fire and Ice, so I think we're good. Yeah, I could have fired on upkeep with Force Backup. I think I still like doing this more. I'm not under any pressure to actually, like, they're not putting me under any pressure right now, so I think I'm fine. So if I attack, they can block, and then they can push the Shardless, which is fine. I'm actually out of Footfalls, so this Shardless Agent doesn't do anything. But now I can also fire with Force Backup. All right, so let's stop on their upkeep. So let's attack them. Swing. Shieldred's Edict. All right, so now this definitely gets through. All right, stop on your upkeep. Fire you. They have a Fatal Push and 1 other card in their hand. So even if that card's this counterspell, we can just force it. All right, somehow we won that. So sideboarding. They're blue-black tempo, probably shadow. So Betrayal doesn't matter. Dispute matters. Fury can't kill a lot of their creatures, so that's not relevant. Endurance is somewhat relevant. It does stop their Reanimator plan. So what goes out? I'm pretty sure we don't cut any of our Cascade package. How good's Borrower in this matchup? It can bounce Troll and Murktide, which is relevant. Yeah, this probably has to stay in. So then that leaves what? Minskimbu is the cut? Let's cut one. I don't need 4 Borrowers, I don't think. So I can cut 1 Borrower, 1 Minskimbu. Fire Ice is pretty relevant for getting through Counterspell. Is it, though? The Spirit Guide plan's also fragile in the face of a deck that plays Force and Drown in the Lock and a bunch of other counterspells, so maybe I'm supposed to cut some of these. You think all Minsk's out because they're too slow? I want a secondary, like, backup win con, though, especially if they have a way that very effectively deals with the Cascade plan. So I definitely want Mystical Dispute in, and then I want some amount of Endurances, but not all 4. They have Reanimate, Troll, and / Death Shadow, if Death Shadow gets in their graveyard somehow, and they have Murktide, which means I probably want 3 of these. Let's cut this one. Let's leave 1 in, and then let's cut... I'm just, like, not so enamored of the whole Spirit Guide plan when our opponent is a counterspell deck. All right, let's do that. This is actually the second time I'm watching a Legacy game. First time ever. First time was like a week ago when 2 people in my LGS decided to pull out their Legacy decks between draft matches. Never thought I'd actually get to see and touch a Pendrell Veil for real. All right, this is fine. We've got multiple Cascades, all the lands to play them, and Fire Ice. We're good. So let's keep. Let's turn off the stop. Ponder, sure. People at my LGS where I play Legacy weekly play Vintage, Old School, and Pre-Modern before Legacy with no proxies. It's pretty cool. I think it's mostly just older players, though. All right, another land. Let's see. I want to play around Wasteland, so let's play Tarn and then pass back to them. Delta on their side. All right, I can try to go off now. Although they can drown any Cascade spell I play, so that's not great. All right, let's play this. And then I think I'm just going to try to like ice them at end of turn and then try to Cascade. Opponent cycles Troll, gets a Swamp, Brainstorm, plays the Swamp. All right, let's fetch. All right, so let's grab the Forest and the Island and then try to ice the Swamp. Obviously, they can Bowmaster in response to this, but, you know, that's fine. All right, so now at least when we Shardless, they can't drown it. All right, cast Footfalls. So if they want to counter this, they have to have a Spell Pierce or Force of Will or something. Daze, all right. I can pay for Daze with Elvish Spirit Guide. All right, back to them. I guess I shouldn't put it past them to have something like Toxic Deluge either, so I don't necessarily want to overcommit to the board. All right, there's a Wasteland for our Volcanic. Sure. So they only have 2 mana, but they have plenty of cards in their hand. So let's see. I probably want to have access to hard casting Force of Negation. Shieldred's Edict, each opponent sacks a creature token. Sure. Ooh, Mystical Dispute. All right. Outbursting here to get in more damage is probably jumping the gun. Let's just attack normally. Swing, swing. Yeah, let's just attack normally and then outburst on their turn. Snuff out on our guy. Do I want to force that? What's the worst they can do? Untap and cast Murktide, untap and cast Death Shadow. Yeah, that's fine. That puts them at 13, which means they still can't resolve a Death Shadow if that's in their hand, so I'm good with that. Although obviously they can get around that with a fetch land, but it doesn't put them as low. All right, no fetch land, just an island. Evoke Grief. Well, all right, so let's fetch. What'd they exile? Bowmasters. All right, so let's grab Volcanic. Have I seen Death Shadow? No, but they for sure have it. They're playing Snuff Out, and like it's Death Shadow Murktide Tempo deck. I'm going to Violent Outburst with the Spirit Guide so that I can hold up blue for Mystical Dispute in case they counter back. So this red, Spirit Guide, Outburst. Cast, Rhinos. All right, Rhinos in play. So then Grief resolves and takes our Mystical Dispute, obviously, but that at least gets around, like, Drown in the Lock or something. All right, so now they'll just take Dispute / Force of Negation, probably Dispute. Yeah. All right, now we can just F6 because they know everything we have. 3 mana. Murktide, 5/5. So let's see, I can attack them. They block. They take 6 and go to 7, so I don't have good attacks here. All right, let's just pass it back. Second Murktide, that's pretty bad. Yeah, they attack. All right, let's just go ahead and fetch now because we're dead otherwise. Let's just thin our deck. Well, that's another land, so we're dead. All right, game 3. Maybe I do want Brazen Borrower, like a lot. Maybe just all of this is good. All right, let's go with that. All right, turn 2 Cascade with the Spirit Guide with Force of Will. Let's definitely keep. Play a land, pass it back. Grief us. I guess I have to force that. Yeah, I have to force that or I'm not doing anything. All right, force that, pitching, force. Polluted Delta, fetch. Underground Sea. All right, evoke Endurance, pitching Elvish Spirit Guide. Target you. Alrighty then, so a bunch of spells back and forth. All right, let's just try to upkeep them. So fetch a forest, fetch an island, over to them. Upkeep, ice your land. All right, Polluted Delta. We need to draw a 3rd land now. There's our 3rd land. Shardless. Cast the Rhinos. Wasteland. Yep, there goes Tropical Island. No other play, though. Upkeep stopping us. Opponent fetches. Second Underground Sea. Shieldred's Edict to eat a token. Sure. Drew Force. Can't do anything with that. All right, combat. Swing. Opponent goes to 12. Pass the turn. 3rd land for our opponent. No actions on their part. All right, back to us. Still stopping on our upkeep. Shieldred's Edict to eat our token. Yep, can't do anything about that. Drew another Force. Well, at least that's something. Swing. Really need to hit a 3rd land here. No actions from our opponent again. Well, I guess I'm suspending that. So let's just go to combat. Swing. No blocks. They go to 8. All right, suspend this. Opponent fetches. Grabs another Underground Sea. All right, so they're probably not on Shadow then, because Triple C is unusual for Shadow. All right, Fatal Push our guy. That's fine. Brainstorm. I probably am supposed to counter that, because if they just like Brainstorm into a Murktide here, it's so bad for us. Although if they do that, we're not getting around it anyway. Like if they have a Murktide in their top 3 cards, they're going to get it before the Rhinos are relevant. So yeah, I guess it resolves. Surgical Extraction on the Rhinos. We have 1 more Rhino in our deck. I guess I am supposed to counter this, because then our Violent Outburst is useless. So force this, pitching this. All right, so always yield to that. All right, well, we drew a red source. I guess I stop on their upkeep. Bowmasters. Yeah, I guess we do it now. All right. All right, cast Rhino. So then Bowmaster's resolves, we go to 16. And now they basically have to draw, yeah, Murktide or Shadow, but they're probably not playing Shadow, so probably just Murktide then. All right, we won. First game down, on to round number 2. Who knew Rhinos was so good in Legacy? In regards to taking out Minsk post board, I'm always hesitant to take out alternate threats whenever you have a very linear deck that wins in a very specific way. Because if the opponent has a sideboard card that shuts that down, then you're just dead in the water. So like, for example, they had Surgical Extraction. So let's say they like grief a Footfalls and then surgical it out of our graveyard or something. And then we don't have any Minsk and Booze in our deck, then we're just dead, essentially. So I like having at least one other way to win. I also think you're probably supposed to take out some amount of your Spirit Guides in these types of matchups. Your opponent is a deck that's playing Force of Will and Drown in the Lock and potentially other counter spells. So it's unlikely you're going to be able to, you know, get them with an early one. Triple Spirit Guide, Force Seagate. Pretty sure that's a mole. Are we on the draw? Yeah. All right, 3 lands, a bunch of things that are relevant. Let's keep this. What am I putting back? It's either land or Spirit Guide. I think it's land. All right, let's put back a land. Verdant Catacombs. Probably not a blue deck. All right, land go. Savannah. Noble Hierarch. All right. They're almost certainly a Wasteland deck, so let's just fetch basics. Forest, fetch Island. Then we'll cast Shardless. So 10 power on the board on turn 2. And we have Force backup. Opponent fetches. Gets a scrub land. Swords to Plowshare is one of them, sure. I need to keep Force up for bigger threats than that. Hello, hello. Welcome to the chat. Wasteland indeed. Night of the Reliquary. All right, we should counter that. All right, we drew another blue spell, which is good for Force. So let's start attacking. Swing, swing. Swords on the other Rhino. I think I still am supposed to let that happen. All right, opponent's at 17. We have a Shardless. It's because if we draw any red land, we can Violent Outburst, and then I need Force in case my opponent plays like Teferi or something, although I think they're just Abzan, but who knows. Attacking with Noble, sure. All right, Fire and Ice, eh? So combat, swing. Icing their mana sources doesn't seem great right now because are they going to flash Endurance in here? Bowmasters. All right, so it resolves, and then are they shooting, and then they're going to shoot Shardless and then block with the token? Let's just bounce the token so that if they want to block and trade, they have to block with the Bowmasters. So bounce the token. Another Bowmasters. I probably have to force that. Yeah, kind of sucks, but just have to force that. I mean, I suppose I could just choose not to, and then they would trade, but then like they have a better board than we do, and if we brick on red mana, then we're not getting back into the game. Attacking with the Noble. We go to 22. They didn't play anything. Elvish Spirit Guide is unfortunately not able to cast either of our spells, so back to them. Well, there's Night of the Reliquary. It's pretty bad for us. Attack with the Noble Hierarch. All right, so we really need to draw a third land, like right now. Let's draw a third land. There's our third land. They have Wasteland, so they're just going to get rid of it. So probably the best move is to Outburst. Dryad Arbor, sure. Also, this Knight is bigger than our Rhinos, which is a problem. All right, so cast Outburst. Cast the Rhinos. Plays it Plains. Another Spirit Guide. All right, so I don't have any good attacks, so let's just pass back to them. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure this is Maverick and not Depth. Sacks a land. Gets Horizon Canopy. Cracks Horizon Canopy. This is a very big Knight. Thankfully, neither of us really have a good attack, so we're just going to stare at each other for a while. All right, I guess I'm suspending that. Maybe it was a mistake to force the second Bowmaster. I don't know. Like, am I supposed to save it for Knight? So, Peatland, draw a card. Fiend Artisan. Well, this could be going better. 10-10 Night of the Reliquary. Sorry, 11-11 with Exalted. Yep, no blocks. And the Fiend Artisan's big enough that we can't attack it either. And we're out of Footfalls. That's the last one. Yikes. Alright, I think I'm supposed to play one of these as a chump blocker. So, back to them. So they can Fiend Artisan. They have 5 mana, right? So they can Fiend Artisan the Noble into another Fiend Artisan. Swords are Rhino, sure. Fetches. And they have Bowmasters. So they can sack the token or Bowmasters or Noble to Fiend Artisan and get another huge creature. And then we're really in trouble. Alright, they don't have to get Knight, right? They can get like Questing Beast or something. Palace Jailer. Well then. Yeah, there's no way I can draw my way out of this, so that's fine. Let's go to the next game. So let's see. Endurance is Fury good. So they can get their creatures big enough to where it doesn't matter, but it will kill a lot of their creatures. All right, so first of all, Force Negation is pretty dreadful in this matchup, so that's just an easy out right there for the Endurances. What else does that leave? Do I want Fury over like Brazen Borrower? Do I want Inevitable Betrayal in this matchup? I can steal Palace Jailer, which is pretty good, but it's not like good enough to be worth casting over a Rhino. Maybe that's not true though. Brazen Borrower feels pretty bad here too. Let's do that. I think that's good. That of course assumes that they leave Palace Jailer in their deck. Because if they don't, this is worse probably than just casting Footfalls in a lot of cases, but I think it's good enough. Yeah, all right, let's do this. Maybe I'm supposed to cut some amount of Sea Gates there, I'm not sure. We only have 22 lands, though. All right, we do have a turn 2 Cascade, or no, we have a turn 1 Cascade, actually, right? Yeah, so this is pretty good. So let's keep this. I think I'm going to play Besage You first, so that if they have Wasteland, they hit that instead of a duel. Once Upon a Time, another Reliquary. I guess I should have done it on my turn. I should have outbursted on my turn in case I hit Inevitable Betrayal. Yeah, that was incorrect of me. I should have done that. Although it depends if they Thoughtseize. All right, well, exile, outburst. All right, cast Footfalls. Then they Thoughtseize away one of our Furies, and then it's back to us. All right, land, attack with the Rhinos. Swing. Opponent goes to 9. Nurturing Peatland. Plays Ignoble. Swords one of our dudes. Sure. All right, another land. Let's keep attacking. Opponent is at 4. Plays Savannah. 4 mana. Green Sun Zenith for 3. Gets Gris. All right. Well, there goes the Rhino. All right, back to us. Force a Will. All right, need to draw another red source next turn. Plus Grist, mill over a land. Mother of Runes. All right, really need to draw a red source next turn. Ignoble. Really need to draw a red source next turn. They're doing all this despite the fact that they know we have another Fury. Draw a red source. Yeah, we got there. All right, fetch. Volcanic. Fetch. Volcanic. Cast Fury. Mother, Ignoble, Gris. All right, we're not out of the woods yet, though. They do have more cards than us and can easily answer Fury. 4/4 Knight of the Reliquary, so we have to trade if we attack them. It's probably still worth trading, though, because the alternative is that they just get to have a Knight of the Reliquary hang around. All right, swing with Fury. Blocking with the token. Sure. And so the only question is, am I supposed to hold up Force or just cast Spirit Guide? I think I'm supposed to hold Force up. Sacks the Peatland. They can get Knight up to a 6/6 when I attack them. Oh, fetches Dryad Arbor. Mother, all right, so counter Mother. So they can either trade or chump with Dryad Arbor. Although they can just chump with Dryad Arbor and then sack it, right? All right, go to attacks. Swing. So yeah, chump and then sack it to Knight. And then they can get Knight up to where it's big enough to where Fury doesn't kill them anymore. Gets Wasteland, all right. Are they going to waste us right now? I guess not. All right, cast Spirit Guide. So we can still beat them if they don't have another blocker. But, you know, they probably will. Plains. Another Knight of the Reliquary. Wasteland are Volcanic. They obviously cannot attack here, but then we can't attack them. All right, I can't cast Fury anyway, right? So, yeah, just pass it back. I guess there's no reason not to just play this. Pass it back. EOT Knight, sack a land. Gets Gaia's Cradle. Didn't use the other one. Horizon Canopy. Sack the Canopy. So even if I have the mana for this Fury next turn, it still doesn't even really do anything. I guess, let's see, it puts 10 damage on one of them. That's not even enough to kill it because they have 2 knights. So it's more like I just play it as another attacker. Gadok Teague. Okay. Minsk and Boo. All right, what can I do with this? I can put 3 counters and trample on the Fury, and then they can double block it. Oh, no, I just fling it, right? Sack a creature, deal X to any target. Yeah. Oh, no, I can't cast it because of Gadok Teague. Oh, no. All right, well, that was quite the sequence of draws. I guess just pass back to them then. Hello, first time catching a stream. Really enjoy the YouTube content. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the stream. What a timely and Gadok Teague and what an untimely Minsk and Boo. Sacks the land. Gets Bayou. Sacks the other land. So I win if I draw, what, any other red spell, because then I can just Fury to kill Gadok Teague and then cast Minsk and Boo and kill them. I win if I draw Fire Ice. I cut all the Brazens, so I don't have the access to those. Questing Beast. Okay. Swings with those 2. So Questing Beast has Vigilance. So let me think. I draw a red source for Fury. I Fury Gadok Teague. I Minsk and Boo. They die. So it doesn't matter whether I block here or not in that case. Is there any situation where it matters if I chump this Knight of the Reliquary or not? I can't think of a reason to chump it right now, so I just won't. Because I'm taking, what, at most 16? All right, we're down to 6. Need to draw any red spell or Fire Ice, which is a red spell. So basically any red spell. So that does make Knight not have any pump anymore. All right, pass back to them. If they have Sajiri Step in their deck, they can make one of their creatures pro a color, but then I still have multiple colors to block them with, and also this will reduce Knight to not getting pumped anymore. Gaia's Cradle for a bunch of mana. No? Opponent goes to combat. Swings with the whole team. Alright, well, I have to cast Endurance. Do I even survive this? I don't think I do. So target you, right? Because then I have to block Questing Beast with Fury, right? Power 2 or... Okay, so I can block with Endurance, but there's no reason to do that. So block, 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 and then I take 4. Okay, so I am surviving this. And then these trade. I take 4, and I go to 2. All right, let's switch these around, just in case. I guess if they have Bowmasters, we die here, right? All right, we're at 2. They don't have any blockers, so they just die to Endurance if they can't block it. Green Sun for 3. Oh no, they're going to get Grist. I guess that's fine, right? Minskin makes a 4-4 with haste. No, Renegade Rally are getting Gadok Teague back. No! All right, time to draw a red spell. Draw a red spell. We drew a red spell. Ba-bam. Kill that, and I don't know. This one? Combat. All right. So on to game 3. Let's see. I still think Brazens are not good. Force is definitely not good. You know, Inevitable Trail's looking a lot better now that we can still so we can still Grist out of their deck and maybe Palace Jailer. Probably cut this for another Fury. I think that's fine. All right, let's go with that. Okay, let's see. We have turn 2 Outburst, assuming that we don't get Wastelanded. This is good enough. Mother of Runes. Do I have to counter this? Do I have to counter this? I guess I don't have to counter this. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. All right, so let's play what? I don't want to play Seagate because I want to have a pitch card for Force. So let's play Tropical Island first. All right, back over to them. And now we cross our fingers that we don't get Wastelanded. Okay, we didn't get Wastelanded. Gadok Teague. So that alone shuts off Force anyway. So we may as well force it. Yeah, all right, Force. Huh. Oh, it can target itself though, right? Yeah, okay. So probably do this now, and that way if we hit Betrayal, we get their creature. Yeah, all right. So Outburst. Cascade. All right, we hit Footfalls. So Footfalls, and then over to them. Ignoble Hierarch. Land. All right, let's just attack them with the Rhinos. Swing, swing. Sword's one of them, sure. All right, I think it's probably better to just suspend this immediately rather than holding this up. Go ahead, opponent. Well, there's Wasteland, unfortunately. And they are Wastelanding our Taiga, though. Still bad. Renegade Route. Oh, no. And we have no green card for Endurance. Yep. Yep. Attacking with this exalts it. Sure. So if I attack, the only way they can kill it is double blocking and then, like, mothering onto itself or Rallier. So it's just continue to attack for now, I guess. Drew a land. That's good. Swing. All right. Play a land. Pass. Swings with the Rallier. It gets exalted. We're still winning the race, though. Also got a Rhino that's coming off suspend. Plague Engineer. Name's Rhino. So we're at 2 counters left. So if I evoke Fury, I obviously target Mother of Runes, I target Plague Engineer, and then the last one targets Ignoble. And then they either mother itself or they mother the Plague Engineer. Either way, we deal with like a good amount of stuff. It's probably not going to get any better than doing it now. All right, so evoke Fury, pitch Violent Outburst. So target Mom, Engineer, Ignoble. So are they going to save Mom or are they going to save Engineer? Targeting Engineer, yeah. All right. Attack with the Rhino. And they're blocking it anyway. All right. So back over to them. Then they attack us with Rallier. We go to 15. Thalia. Oh my god, that's so rough. We can at least pay for the Footfalls. Bayou. All right. We only have we have 2 counters on this still, right? So we don't have to pay for it yet. All right. Okay, back to them. Swing, swing. We go to 10. Plays another land. All right. At least they don't have anything. So what am I fetching? Am I fetching an island or am I fetching or I guess I'm fetching, like if they have Wasteland, they have Wasteland. What am I going to do? I want to guarantee that I can cast red stuff. Although I can't even cast anything with Thalia in play anyways. Yeah, let's grab Volcanic. All right. Trigger. Cast it. Pay 1. Ooh, another land. All right. Back to them. Opponent fetches. Dryad Arbor. All right. So our 8 power of Rhinos versus their 6 power of assorted creatures. Noble Hierarch. So are they going to attack with Rallier? So Exalted Trigger. So if I block this, I still have better attacks than they do. If I don't block this, I go to 5. And then if I attack them, then they kill us on the backswing. So it's probably better to just trade. All right. If we draw a 3rd land, we're in really good shape. We did not draw a 3rd land. So they can attack for 3 a turn. We attack for 4 a turn, although we're 1 life behind them. All right, let's attack. Swing. So Thalia, yeah, let's yield to that. We go to 6, and they're not doing anything. Back to us. Man, still no. All right, let's attack them. Swing. Blocks with Dryad Arbor, sure. They take 3, go to 3, and then back to them. Okay, good. No Bowmasters. We're dead to Questing Beast, but that's it. Huzzah, we have won. All right, 2-0 with Rhinos, on to round number 3. Man, oh my gosh, I forgot that Magic's actually fun with all the Modern and Pioneer I've been playing. Yep, Legacy gets my endorsement. Legacy equals a fun format. All right, we're on the play. What do we got? We do have a turn 1 Cascade and Footfalls. I guess we keep. All right, so let's stop on their upkeep. So Taiga, and then pass to them. Oh no, I accidentally stopped on their draw step instead. Oh well. Didn't mean to do that, but I guess we're doing that. I meant to stop on their upkeep. Oh well. Well, it looks like we're resolving anyway. Scalding Tarn, Tundra, Ponder. All right. So a control deck. Whew, thank goodness they didn't force us. All right, go to combat. Attack with the Rhinos. Suspend another Rhinos. Too bad Legacy's so expensive to buy in paper. Is it that much more expensive than Modern, though? Like, really? At this point? Opponent plays another Ponder. Mismatching arts, for shame. Just absolutely shameful. Double Brazen Borrowers, eh? All right, combat. Swing with the Rhinos. Brainstorm. Okay. Don't really know what the point of doing that was, but sure. All right, pass to them. I think Legacy Burn might be cheaper than Modern Burn, for instance. It is cheaper by a lot, but that's an outlier. All right, we have won against what I can only assume is blue-white control. So, definitely want Mystical Dispute. So what kind of stack stuff are they going to have for Cascade? Like, I guess they could have Rule of Law effect, in which case we would need Force of Vigor. But I don't know that they're going to have that. What's the worst 2 cards in my deck versus control? Is it Brazen Borrower? Or is it the Spirit Guides because we're against a Force of Will deck? It's probably the Spirit Guides. I probably want some amount of Furies too, right? Or Endurances, like just some other threats that I can play. I don't know. I guess let's just run this and see what they're on. We need more information. All right. Oh no, we don't have a turn 1 Cascade because we have 2 of the wrong Spirit Guides. We have a turn 2 Cascade. We have nothing else after that though. We're also on the draw. I don't think I can just bin this hand though. All right, I'll keep. Opponent plays Flooded Strand. Assuming our opponent is a Wasteland deck, let's go ahead and fetch the base forest. I guess we can pay for days if they have that. Plateau. All right, so Jeskai Control. Lorien Revealed. Cycling. Blaze Tundra. No! Lavinia. All right, we definitely needed Fury. Yeah, this is bad. Now what? All right, not really sure what to do at this point. I think we just lose. I guess I could Brazen Borrower this back to their hand if I draw that. Lorien Revealed again for Volcanic Island. Ponder. They did not shuffle. I guess I can draw Fire Ice as well. I have 8 outs to Lavinia. Well, I think I'm going to hard cast a Spirit Guide. Go forth, monkey. Plains. Opponent plays 4th Aerlingus. Yep. So we can get the Monarch back if we can kill Lavinia. Well, all right, attack them. If they block with Lavinia, then we get rid of it. If they don't block, we at least get another draw because of the Monarch. Okay, so now what? Suspend this and draw with the Monarch. All right, that's pretty good. I guess I do it now. Yeah, I think I do it now. All right, Force Negation it is. If I'd just done it on their upkeep, they could have just forced it back with hard cast force anyway. The alternative would have been to like wait for them to try to tap out and do something. Doesn't seem great either. All right, so they get the Monarch back and we're at 6. Swords or Guy, sure. All right, let's just fetch now to thin our deck because we're going to lose to damage anyway. So, all right, nothing of any relevance. I technically have a turn to not lose, but it's not looking good. So let's just concede this. Go to game 3. So we definitely want all the Furies. Don't want any of this. So what is getting cut? Minsk and Boo, Brazen, 2 more Spirit Guides. I haven't seen Force of Will out of their deck yet, but they probably have it. I guess if I have Furies in the deck, I should cut the Elvish Spirit Guides before I cut the Simian Spirit Guides. I'm also tempted to cut a Force Negation, but I guess it's good with Outburst. Yeah, that's a good point. They showed us Force Negation, so they probably have both. Yeah, all right, let's run. I'm just so tempted to cut one of these forces. I feel like this match is going to be really grindy. Nah, all right, this is fine. Let's run this. Okay, we do have a turn 2 Cascader, so I will keep. All right, so this tapped. Island, back to us. All right, let's try. Let's go get Taiga, And then Shardless. Cast the Rhinos. Opponent has Flusterstorm. All right. Well, man, the fact that our third land's another Seagate Resto is also so bad. We can't actually... Well, we can Shardless again, actually. But we can't Outburst. But we can Shardless. All right, so we got another Cascader next turn. Man, I forgot how fun Legacy is. All right, combat. Attack with the Shardless Agent. All right, bolt this in. Play another Shardless Agent. And let's see what happens. Looks like we're getting forced. Force the will, exiling Spell Pierce. Wait, what? They're forcing Shardless. They're forcing Shardless. Pitching a Spell Pierce. Okay. Flusterstorm. I guess they just, like, don't have any answers to creatures in their hand, so they just can't afford us to even have another bear in play. That's the only thing I can think of why they would do that. Brainstorm. Mystic Sanctuary, no trigger. I was going to probably ice them, but now I think it's better to just hold Force the Will up. Maybe not. Maybe I do just ice their... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to ice their Tundra. I just need to get more lands for another Outburst and whatnot, so that's fine. Swords to Plowshares are guys, sure. All right, upkeep, ice your Tundra. All right, we drew another blue spell anyway, and it's also a threat, which is good. No action from them, not even a land. I think I'm going to end step Outburst, not upkeep it. I'm going to play Narset. We almost certainly have to counter that. Actually, I guess we don't, right? Well, we don't if this resolves, then we don't. So let's see if this resolves first. So fetch. I can't get green and red, so I just got to go Volcanic. All right. So green, red, blue, Outburst. Cast the Rhinos. Opponent forces it. I guess let's force them back. All right, Rhinos. Then Narset resolves. They do get to get a card off of it, but then we just get to attack and kill Narset. They are getting a Ponder. Sure. Over to us. Ooh, oh, I can just cast Fury. Fetch. Go grab Tropical Island? No, I guess if they wasteland a red source, I want another red source. So let's just grab the other Volcanic and then Fury. Kill off Narset. Then attack them with the Rhinos. All right, they got one turn to find a sweeper. Ponder. They did not shuffle, so they did find whatever they needed. I guess they didn't find whatever they needed. All right, then. We have won the third round. On to the fourth. Rhino's just good in every format. Wait until we play Legacy Hammer. All right, round 4, we're on the draw. Let's see. We technically have 2 mana, but we can't actually Cascade, so we'll mull this. 2 Footfalls in our opening hand. All right, keep, and let's put back one of the 2 Minskinboos. All right, what's our opponent on? Some kind of Urza Saga deck. So 8 cast or Bomberman, probably. All right, fetch the basic forest and suspend a Rhino. Go ahead. I guess they could be on Painter as well. There's a lot of decks they could be on. Ancient Tomb. I guess I can actually Cascade this turn. So, all right, Volcanic. Cast Shardless. If they're on Painter, we can potentially be just dead next turn. It really depends on what they're on. Make a Construct. Then it's back over to them. Make another Construct. All right. If they fetch LED, they're on Bomberman. If they fetch Grindstone, they're on Painter. Let's see what it is. Thank you for the sub, Ulta Biscuit. All right, what's it gonna be? Chrome Mox. Imprinting Beseech the Mirror. Then plays another Urza Saga. Okay, I don't know what this is. Is it Helm? Is it Helm combo? All right, Footfalls. All right, Force of Negation means I'm definitely not playing this land. So yeah, let's attack with the Rhinos. Swing. Orcish Bowmasters. All right, it's definitely Helm. So ping a Rhino, and then they get to block with one of these Constructs. At least it reduces the power of the other Construct when they block with it. They should technically double block it if they're going to do that to take no damage from one of them. Right? Oh no, because then the other one would die. No, because I still have to apply 3 to it. Yes, they should double block, but they're not. All right, opponent takes 5, goes to 11. I guess I'm suspending the Footfalls that's in the hand, even though that's not going to be relevant. And pass back to them. It should also be noted that they do take a bunch of damage off of their Ancient Tomb. So, attacking with the Construct. Sure. No blocks. We go to 15. All right. Footfalls. We're 1 turn away from one of them, right? Yeah, 1 turn away from one of them. Force of Will. All right. So, the fact that I have both of these, I do want to be able to play Minskamboo if I draw 4th land. So, I think it's beneficial to play this as a land now. All right. So, let's math this out. I attack them. They can, if they can block, that doesn't matter. Let's say they don't block. They go to 7. They make another Construct. Then they make another Construct and fetch a land. And their creatures, their Constructs become 6/6s, and they can attack with 2 of them, plus these 2, plus they can have the mana for Shadow Spear. And then Shardless can block something. All right, attack with the Rhino. They are activating Urza Saga. Oh, right. Oh, I forgot Vault of Whispers. All right, well, they just trade. That's fine. Oh, they don't trade? All right. Well, play this as a tap land. I think we are just dead then, right? Oh, no, I still calculated it correctly. Yeah, then they go fetch a thing. They're both, all of them are 6/6s. If they fetch Shadow Spear, yeah, Shadow Spear, they equip. They gain 7. No, yeah, they gain 7. I think we're just dead to the Constructs, though, right? Regardless of whatever happens right now. So that's 13. So I don't technically have to chump this, but I probably should. Yeah, so chump that one. All right, so one of these comes off suspend. Cast the Rhinos. Ooh, Brazen Bar was a great draw. We have 12 damage right here. If they block with one creature, like the Construct token. Oh, wait, no, these just came in. Never mind. So yeah, I guess I just pass and then borrow the Construct that has the Shadow Spear on it. All right. Another Vault of Whispers, further increasing the power of the Construct. Does Helm combo play Fatal Push? I don't actually know. Okay, so there's Helm, but they don't have... I guess they could just follow it up with Dothy, right? So I basically just have to counter that. All right, counter your Helm. There's Dothy. Yep. So, sure, Dothy's good. Swing, swing, swing. And here. All right, so I obviously have to bounce this. And then I have to block one of the Constructs. So, double block one of them and block the Orc. And then I'm just dead to Dothy next turn unless I draw a land for Minskamboo. Or Fire Ice could also maybe kill them. All right, what are we drawing? There's Fire Ice. All right, so if I attack and they don't block, then I win. But if I attack and they block with Bowmasters, then I'm dead to the Construct token. So basically, I need to fire an Ice Dothy is the issue, right? Because Dothy kills me 100%. Yeah, so the issue is that they can block with the Bowmasters and survive, because then I deal them 7, they go to 3. So the alternative is, so then I pass back to them, they can suit up Voidwalker, and then in response to them trying to target this, I have to shoot it. And then they can Shadow Spear onto the Construct, and then I double block. All right, so pass back over to them. Another land, Chrome Mox. Really? Oh, they're just going to play it as a make the Construct bigger. Or as free fodder for Beseech. Oh my god, last card in their hand was Beseech. All right, so if they Beseech into Helm, can you activate Helm for 0? I need to see. Oh, no, they can activate it for 1 with the Chrome Mox that they still have in play, right? So they get Helm, and then they can go equip Shadow Spear, and then if I respond with Fire Ice, they just activate the Helm immediately and we lose. So I have to kill it now. So fire Dothy. They're sacking it in response, which doesn't matter because I don't have any void counter stuff anyway, right? All right, what do they Beseech for? Because now they don't have to get Helm. Shieldred. Yep. Ancient Tomb, Shadow Spear onto the Construct. Then I have to double block it. Oh, wait, we're just dead to Shieldred. Yeah, all right. Okay, so Helm. I want Force of Vigor. Do I want Fury? They have Dothy Voidwalker, Construct tokens, Bowmaster. They have like a decent amount of things that it kills. And we do absolutely need to kill Dothy. Brazen Borrow is also good against them, though kind of like everything in here is good against them. Minskamboo is a little slow. It's also not great in the face of Bowmaster that can just kill the hamster. All of my forces are good. They're not good against Saga, obviously, but that's besides the point. I can Betrayal for Shieldred. That seems nice. And then paying 3 mana for a Monolith to stop Beseech doesn't seem great. All right, what do I cut? Oh, wait, I still need to put Fury in the deck, too. Cut. Yeah, probably just all the Minkskamboos can go. These stay in. I can cut 1 Brazen. And, like, this seems like a matchup where getting Cascade as early as possible is really important. So I don't want to cut any of my Spirit Guides. All right, let's do that. All right, we have Suspend and then... like a good curve. This is fine. Opponent mulls to 6. Leyline of the Void. Oh yeah, because it combos. So suspend the Rhino. Go ahead. There's a Saga. Chrome Mox. I'm not really interested in countering that. Yeah, sure. Chrome Mox. Imprinting. Thoughtseize. Dark Ritual. It's like if they play Shieldred, then I want to counter that. I guess I don't even need to. I just Brazen Borrow it back to their hand. That's fine. Karn. All right. Yeah, get out of here. Definitely Brazen. Chalice of the Void on 0 is their last card. Okay. Man, their hand was nuts. Well, let's do that anyway. Back to them. All right. Do they draw Monostorm? Of course they do. Of course they drew the land for Urza Saga. Yeah, let's just fetch now. I don't want to draw any more lands. All right. We need to find an answer to Chalice / Urza Saga. Well, I'm not casting Shardless into Chalice of the Void, so back to them. Then they get 2 5/5s, right? Yeah, let's just fetch now. Whatever. All right, 3/3 construct, then they untap, they make another construct, then they fetch something. They have 2 5/5s. I have one of them coming off in 2 turns, so I need to draw an answer to these right now. I basically need to draw Force of Vigor like right now. Shadow Spear, we get hit for 5. All right, draw Force of Vigor. No. So we're going to take 11 and go to 2. All right, back to them. Actually, I guess I should be fetching to get around Opposition Agent, right? Thoughtseas. Yeah, all right. So we take 10, we go to 3, and then I'm going to fetch, obviously, to thin the deck, because we just need to draw Force of Vigor. Oh, man, one of our Rhinos gets... Oh, actually, no, we're just lose, right? No, I guess we don't just lose, because if I draw Force of Vigor, I can just kill both the constructs. All right, Rhino triggers, and then... Yeah, sure. Okay. So what? Well, I guess I pass, right? And then I go ice one of your constructs, and then if I draw a Brazen Borrower or another ice, I can deal with the other one, and if I draw Force of Vigor, then I can deal... Or, yeah, then I can deal with both. So, back to them. All right, ice one of your things. Well, we're dead. Oh, well. On to round number 5. Man, our opponent's hand was the nuts, right? Turn 1 Karn, which we were able to counter into Chalice to stop our cascading, and then Urza Saga makes 2 5/5s. But that's how it goes. All right, round 5, we're on the play. This hand sucks, so we're going to mull that. We have 1 land, 1 Spirit Guide. We also have multiple forces, and it seems better than going to... So basically, I have to draw a land, and we're on the play. I have 22 lands in my deck, so it's a 1 in 3 chance of drawing a land. So if I keep this hand, what am I binning? Probably Brazen Borrower, and then just hoping to hit a land. Alternative is to go to 5 cards. 5 cards seems pretty bad. All right, let's keep. Put back Borrower. Play land, go. All right, what are they on? Underground Sea. Ponder. All right, no second land, so just keep passing back. We do have a bunch of forces. Tundra. So Esper something or other. All right, I guess I'm doing that. So fetch, grab Tropical Island, suspend, Footfalls. Over to you. Cycles Troll of Khazad-dûm. Gets another Underground Sea. Cycles Lorien Revealed. Gets another Underground Sea. Plays... Oh, they have Wasteland too, and their triple 3-color deck. All right. All right. I debated whether I should just grab a basic forest, but it seemed bad. Okay, so they are Reanimator, so let's force that pitching... I don't even know at this point. Fire and Ice. Daze. Pay for Daze with the Spirit Guide. Another Daze. All right, well, let's counter Daze. Pitch Shardless Agent. All right, so now that that's all resolved, I have no lands. They have lands, but not in play at the moment. All right, well, there's another force, so back to them. Underground Sea. And how many turns away are we from getting the foothills? Footfalls? 2 turns away. Opponent casts Brainstorm, sure. Flooded Strand. Fetches with Flooded Strand. Island. All right, 1 more turn, and then we get the Rhinos. Here's a land, go. Underground Sea number 2. All right. Footfalls comes off suspend. Cast the Footfalls. What's going to happen? It resolved. All right, back over to them. This has been one of the games of all time so far. Prismatic, one of them, sure. Are they going to cast Murktide right now? Yeah, Murktide, definitely countering that. All right, well, attack with the Rhino. Grief Hardcast. Very well. Would you like my Force or one of the Spirit Guides? One of the Spirit Guides. Flooded Strand. All right, then. Go to combat. Swing with the Rhino token. They're at 11. They're at 10 now. Flooded Fetch. Gets Mystic Sanctuary, putting Lorien Revealed on top during their upkeep. Yeah, all right. And we don't have a blue spell, so I can't force, unfortunately. Draw 3 cards. So they play another land. Attacking with Grief. Very well. We go to 14. All right, at least we can force them now. So combat. Swing. Opponent's at 6. Back to them. Brainstorm. Another land. Attacks with Grief. Very well. We go to 11. Upkeep. Brazen Borrower our token, which we cannot respond to. Very well. This is a thing that is happening. And now we drew our land. All right. So I guess I stopped them on their upkeep. Yeah. Opponent cast Brazen Borrower. Upkeep. They fetch. I guess let's allow that to resolve, right? Because they're going to Mystic. No, they're not. All right. Fetch. Tropical. All right. Cast Outburst. Cascade. Cast the Rhinos. Hard cast Force of Will. Force the Negation it back. All right. We got our Rhinos. So double block the Grief. I guess if they have Bowmasters, they can kill it. All right, we're at 7. Yep, Bowmasters. So if I had not blocked, I would be attacking for 8 here, and then they'd be dead. So is it just a screw up? All right, combat, swing with the Rhino. Is there any reason to use Brazen Borrower right now as opposed to at another point? I guess there isn't. Let's just pass and hold Brazen Borrower up. Yeah, I just shouldn't have blocked. They are attacking with everything. So if they flash in another Bowmaster, I bounce the token because we're going to 2. I guess if they have double Bowmasters, then we lose. But if they have that, then we're going to lose anyway. If it's Shieldred, I can bounce Shieldred. 5 mana. Troll. All right, bounce the Troll. Swords their own guy to gain life and prevent our guy from being cast. All right, and we're short of that, and then we're dead on the backswing just from Borrower alone. All right, they got it. So Esper Tempo, I guess, suppose. So let's see, Dispute. I guess I want Endurance to get rid of Murktides, Fury. Just kind of want all of this. So let's just call our Spirit Guides. Let me think about this. So this is probably the grindy game, right? Which means that forces are bad. Yeah, I don't really want to play a game where I'm forcing their stuff. I want to play a game where I'm going 1 for 1 or better against their stuff. So if I just cut all my forces, then I still have to cut probably 2 Spirit Guides or one of the Minxkamboos maybe. Or if I'm cutting all these forces, that makes Seagate worse. Let's cut that, and let's cut Elvish Spirit Guide. All right, let's do that. Okay, 3 lands and multiple Cascaders. I think this is fine. So keep. Even though it's obviously a bit slow. All right, play this. Tapped. Over to them. Underground Sea. All right. Trop. Go back to them. Flooded Strand. Evoke Grief. That's bad. Because if they're evoking Grief, they probably have Reanimate. Yep, nothing we can do about that. So now they can just take both of our Cascaders. Brainstorm. I guess they don't have Reanimate. All right. Fetch Volcanic. I'm doing that rather than playing this one because this one they don't know about. So let's see. They can Daze. They don't necessarily have Daze, though. It's probably better to just do this now. If they have Daze, they have Daze. Yep. All right. The issue is, like, if I wait, then they can just draw counters. Like, if they don't have Daze, they can maybe draw it. Or they can just draw Reanimate and then Reanimate Grief into play. Like, it's basically a matter of, are you a Psychic? You know, what's the probability that they have one answer versus the other? Daze also does set them back a land, which is not irrelevant. Ooh, Mystical Dispute. All right. Play Beseiju. Go to combat. Swing. Man, Brazens are so bad against Bowmasters, though. All right, they take the 2, and then we just pass back to them. Cycle Troll of Khazad-dûm. 3rd land. All right, let's just cast Brazen Borrower. Maybe against Bowmasters decks, I'm just supposed to... Sauron's Ransom. All right, Mystical Dispute it back. Yeah, maybe against Bowmaster decks, I'm just supposed to not keep Brazen in. So go to combat, swing. As bad as it feels to run out of Fury with no targets, I think I am just supposed to play this now to keep the pressure up. All right, they're just forcing it back anyway. Exiling a Ponder. Prismatic Ending on Borrower. Plays a land. Okay. Let's definitely stop on their upkeep and ice something. So combat, swing. I think I'm actually supposed to play Spirit Guide as a creature. All right, so pass back over to them. Fetch, let's see what they do. It's Sanctuary. Yeah, Sanctuary trigger. Target what? Targeting Ransom. All right, let's just ice something anyway. What can we do? Good, clean Legacy. Playing it 2/2 for 3. Yep. All right, we drew Mystical Dispute. So then they get Sorin's Ransom on top of their deck, and then we're tapped out. All right, so they're doing it now. Minor Misstep, Surgical, Lorien Revealed, Ponder. Well, I don't want them to have Lorien Revealed, so I'll put that in the face down pile. So the only question is what's face up and how many. Surgicaling our Rhinos is probably okay, but then again, it's not great. Although if they choose to do it now, it puts them pretty low. Let's put Surgical and Ponder face up. Then again, they don't have that much time to actually cast anything that they draw with Lorien Revealed. Now, all right, this is fine. All right, so this is face up, this is face down. What are they taking? They did take Lorien and Minor Misstep. Minsk and Boo, are they just dead? Red, green, Minsk and Boo. Bam. All right, game 3. Just keep it the same, run it back. All right. So yeah, in really grindy matchups, 2-for-1 stuff like Force of Will and Force of Negation are just not good. So you cut all that and then bring in grindy value cards. The exception is in, but basically like forces are good against combo decks or decks where like one or two specific things matter, or like tempo matters a lot. But if it's going to be a grindy game where you're going back and forth a lot, then they're bad. Let's see. We have a turn 2 Cascade. with no counter backup, obviously. But we do have a fair amount of interaction here, although we don't have a red source other than Spirit Guide. That's kind of awkward. I think it's still keepable, though. Island. All right, play Beseiju, pass back. Opponent cycles Troll, gets Underground Sea. All right, I think it's still corrective Violent Outburst on their upkeep. So back over to them. Opponent plays Bowmasters. Go to 19, they get 2 1/1s. All right, let's let them take their turn. Now that Bowmasters is here, it means that if they attack, they have to counter this. All right, Violent Outburst, let's see if it gets countered. I'm never really sure about the timing of all this. Like, maybe I was supposed to do it with Bowmasters on the stack. Yeah, all right. But then Force Negation counters that. So it's always a back and forth here. It's like never clear exactly what you're supposed to do. All right, I'll just try to ambush them with Endurance now. Ponder. I don't know. I started second guessing myself. Maybe I was just supposed to do it on their upkeep. They didn't shuffle. All right, combat. Are they going to attack again? No. I do think I still just want to do this to get rid of their graveyard for Murktide and to get Troll out so they can't reanimate it. All right, get rid of your graveyard. Back to us. Another Brazen Borrower. All right, go to combat. Swing with Endurance. All right, with these out, then Fire Ice is not good. So 17. Back to them. Cycles Troll. Gets Scrubland. Cycles Lorien Revealed. Mystic Sanctuary. Sauron's Ransom, which I can't respond to. So, yeah. Swords, Daze, Ponder, Surgical Extraction. They have a Scrubland in hand, so I don't want to give them swords. So let's put Daze on top. They have nothing good to Surgical right now. All right, face up, face down. All right, so they took Sword Surgical. And this is their Ring Bearer. Scrubland. All right, let's just kill these both. Actually, it's more mana efficient if I cast Brazen Borrower, right? Yeah, all right. No blocks. We go to 16. All right, cast Brazen Borrower. Swords the Endurance, sure. All right, another land. So let's go to combat, swing with Borrower, put them to 14, and then I think we just keep holding up responses to stuff. Like, these two creatures don't actually matter. All right, Murktide time, because we got a lot of answers to Murktide. There's the Murktide. Mystic Sanctuary backs Sauron's Ransom, sure. And that triggers Murktide again. Yeah, sure. Go to 18. All right, Petty Theft, Murktide. Oh, they have response? Sauron's Ransom in response, sure. Brazen Prismatic Wasteland, Sauron's Ransom. I'm thinking that these are like both really bad tempo cards. So let's give them these ones. And then they'll probably take the face down pile. All right. So yes, indeed, they did take the face down pile. So now they have Sauron's Prismatic. So bounce that. And then I may as well get rid of these now. So let's grab another Valk and fire, because I don't know if I'm going to draw a land for Fury. So let's just kill these. Even if I do, it may be worth it to just play Brazen Borrowers anyway. All right, well, we did draw a land. So combat, swing, they go to 11, play another land. So their hand is Prismatic, Sauron's, and then 4 unknown cards. All right, let's just run out Fury. Well, it's getting forced, and they're exiling Murktide. All right, I know they have Murktide in their hand. So it's Sauron's Prismatic, 2 unknowns, plus whatever they're drawing now. Sauron's Ransom. So it's 2 answers, a draw spell, and another answer. This is quite awkward. So I'm thinking these are the spells that they can use right now, whereas these they can't necessarily use right now, although it obviously depends. Let's do that. All right, so Force and Prismatic. So they force Prismatic, Prismatic. All right, go to combat, swing. So let's play this, and then we can potentially just flash out both the Brazen Borrowers. I guess they have Force of Will, right? Although they're not just going to pass with Force up. They're going to Prismatic. So anyway, regardless, let's just pass here. So yeah, Prismatic our guy. And then end step, let's cast this. Oh, they do have Bowmasters. Well, that sucks. All right. I guess let's just get the other one out. Try to get it through Force. Oh, they have Daze. All right. Well, we're going to need quite the string of top decks to get out of this. Drawing a land is not great. All right, back to them. I guess I should have played that just to thin the deck, because at this point, we just need to find answers, or threats, rather. Oh, no, is this another Murktide? Yep, another Murktide. Oh, and Mystic Sanctuary for Sauron's Ransom. So 14, we're not quite dead yet. We're pretty dead yet. Problem is, even using Fire and Ice triggers the Bowmasters, so let's say I go like, Fire Ice, tap down your Murktide, triggers Bowmaster, we take 4, go to 10, and then we're still just dead next turn anyway. And they still force a will. Yeah, we're dead. All right. Well, we had a pretty good run there. Wheels kind of came off at the end, but 3-2. So yeah, not really sure what I can say with Rhinos. Minsk and Boo never actually got going. The only time we ever cast it, we just won the game immediately because of it. So that's, I guess, somewhat a reflection of its power level. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty much just Rhinos, but faster because of all the spirit guides. And it has 3 of these, and 2 of these because it's legacy. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Rhinos.